Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Jessica Rovira. You can find me on Instagram at jessica.ro, V as in Victor, I-R-A, and email me at jessica.m.rovira@gmail.com for any personal reads or private sessions, yoga, meditation, Akashic records, of the sort. Anything you're looking for in that kind of department, you can check out my description below. Also check out the disclaimer. This is a read for sacred unions, soul unions, divine counterparts for the divine masculine, divine feminine, twin flame soulmates, whatever you want to call it. I like to call them soul unions. So this is a read for the collective, so please know that not everything is going to resonate with you. If it does, take it. If it doesn't, let it go. I like to call upon the Divine Creator, Holy Spirit. I always open up the space before recording and connecting through the divine white light with our Creator. So let's get right into it. If the sign pops up of if any specific signs pop up during the read, I will say them. So if your person's sign pops up or your sign pops up, awesome. If it doesn't, it's not a big deal. Another thing, when I am speaking of he, she, if I say he or she, I'm talking about energies, masculine and feminine energies. There's no gender specifics in my read. Also, time is fluid. So just because I recorded this on the day that I recorded it or posted it on the day that I posted it doesn't mean that whatever you come across it isn't meant for you. So if 3 months from now you're coming across this video, there's a reason for that, okay? Time is fluid. Also, energies may flip-flop. So I could be talking about you on this side and then say something that resonates with your person. Take it as it resonates, and vice versa. So I could be talking about this being your person, but maybe there's energies that you're resonating with, and it could flip-flop, right? You could dominantly be resonating with this one or dominantly be resonating with that one. Doesn't matter. Even if you're the divine feminine and you're resonating with the masculine side or vice versa, it doesn't matter. Energies flip-flop. So I could be reading both. I could be reading just one energy. At the end of the day, you are mirroring souls. So you will have a lot of energies that are very similar. You guys are on you have the same energy, same frequency. So at an energetic level, it's the same. Even though on a 3D material world, you may be harnessing and harboring other energies that may be quite different from each other. Okay, so okay. So for a divine feminine, I love this card. Number 3, Totemic Puma, Power Awakening. The puma with the monarch butterfly and the orange flowers. Beautiful. Power Awakening. So I definitely feel like the divine feminine is going through a deep awakening of their personal power. And number 10, together they equal 4. So 1 is new beginnings, 3 is the Trinity, Holy Spirit, and then the partnership, so Father, Son, Holy Spirit, so the Trinity, and then 4 together is stability. So Guardian of Papatuanuku. Guardian of Papatuanuku. I don't really know what that card is going to be about at all. Although here we're talking about power awakening, so I think that the the divine masculine, the divine feminine is going through a personal power awakening, you know, maybe getting back in touch with their personal power. Maybe this relationship has really been that that catalyst towards awakening that inner personal power for the divine feminine. And there is a guardian watching over the divine masculine. So I feel like right now, maybe the divine masculine is in deep meditation, deep reflection, deep contemplation, really talking to spirit, getting in touch with their inner guides. Give me 1 second. Oh my God, that scared me. The sun is starting to go down over here, so I need a little bit of light. All right. So let's get into the book. It says, I am Puma. I awaken within you the vigorous energy, fierce power, and ability to act without hesitation when the moment is right. My patience and strategy, my preparation and precision, my fearlessness and decisiveness are now your own. Allow my sacred medicine to fill your soul and bring courage to your heart. You have come into your power. It says, you've got this. Don't let fear or hesitation hold you back, Divine Femme. Apply yourself fully to the task. Let go of old ways of viewing yourself as incapable, scattered, or wasteful of energy. You have the ability to focus intently, to generate clear intention, and to achieve your ambitions through methodical steps and an applied will. You have the internal resources you need for successful completion. Even if no one else recognizes your potential and believes in your future success, in due course, they will understand differently. By then, you will already be moving on toward your next task. Trust your sense of timing, have patience. When you know it is the time to leap, do it without hesitation. Wow. I definitely feel that it's talking to the divine specifically, because I feel like the divine has been just in a sense kind of, I don't want to say like waiting for the divine masculine, but just the divine femme has kind of been in a state of, should I stay? Should I go? Should I stay or should I go? You know, like maybe feeling really tired about everything that's happened in the relationship. So like, because of that feeling of being tired of all of that karmic work that had to be done in order to reach self-mastery, you know, both of you guys are exhausted. But I feel like for the feminine, especially because in a sense, we've been really working hard against that suppression as a collective, right? As the feminine, masculine or feminine, male or female, it doesn't matter. But it's about having and holding that feminine energy. There's a sense of the feminine having been suppressed for centuries. And with that suppression, we have learned to suppress certain parts of what makes us feminine. Plain and simple, our sexuality, it's been hijacked. Because sex is now looked at something so distorted. Because it's been oppressed. And it's been tainted. When sex and sexual intimacy is actually can be seen as a meditation when you're doing it with the right intention. So for the divine masculine, we have guardian of Papa Tunaku, Tunaunuku, I don't know how to say it, but Kaitaiki says, you are Kaitaiki, guardian of the divine feminine. Interesting. Your relationship with Mother Earth, Papa Tunaunuku, is sacred, empowering, and healing. You are destined to become more spiritually intimate with her. Sharing in her creative potency and wisdom, lean into her and trust in her support, even as you serve her by courageously voicing truth. She is your great ally, friend, and healer. As you dedicate yourself to her, she dedicates herself to you. Make peace and let go of past issues around being abandoned or not understood, or of feeling unsupported, as those experiences need no longer color your worldview. Trust that you belong here, and that your connection to the Earth Goddess will support you in all ways. You are sensitive, and rightly so. Never judge your sensitivity or feel that you are overreacting, but also allow nature to come and soothe you so that you can be focused on accomplishing your soul mission. If you feel that you are on your own when you would like some help, allow the Divine Mother to be your friend and guide, whilst trusting that at the right moment more allies will arrive. The Earth Mother, has her own sense of timing, and you are not forgotten. You are just growing according to her wisdom and grace. Have faith in yourself and her. So I feel like it's interesting because the divine masculine got the card for the guardian, the guardian of the divine feminine. So it's almost like I feel like the divine feminine herself is the guardian to our divine masculines. Interesting, quite interesting. All right, so let's move into the tarot. Let's pull some overall energies for the divine masculine and feminine from our inner child tarot deck. Gosh, this deck is huge. I can't. I was going to try and shuffle them the other way, but so you're going to be seeing this setup for probably the next couple days, if I can pump more than just one while I'm out here. But I am at my Confront playa, taking just a nice little mini vacay. Although it's been raining the whole time I'm here, we did get some time out on the boat, but it was kind of cloudy and windy, but we still went out anyways. All right. Let's get a card for the divine masculine and one for the divine Feminine. So let's start with the Divine Femmes. What is the card for the Divine Femme? What is the overall energy surrounding the Divine Feminines at this moment in time between this, in this situation and with her counterpart, towards her counterpart? So what is our Divine Feminine feeling towards their Divine Masculine? Overall energy towards their Divine Masculine. Just one. Oh gosh, these cards. I have small hands and it's just, these are huge. Maybe. There we go. Whoa. The Big Bad Wolf. Number 15. 1 and 5 is 6. 1 new beginnings. 5 is change. The Big Bad Wolf. Well, we all know the story of the Big Bad Wolf, right? This is quite interesting. Let's get the one for the Divine Masculine, and then we'll get into the book. All right. 5 of Swords. Ay, Dios mío, my Divine Masculines. And the overall energy of the 5 of Swords. Struggle. Let's see what this deck says. Let's see at the bottom of the deck. The Devil. So, and this children's, okay, so yeah, this one's saying the story, the Big Bad Wolf appears in the little red cap, the 3 little pigs, and Peter and the wolf. He is usually the personification of negativity, badness, darkness, and that which attempts to devour us and take away our lives. Evil is live backwards, and devil is the reversal of lived. Whoa. I knew that evil was live backwards, but I didn't think of devil being lived. The fox is another variation of the Big Bad Wolf, appearing in many nursery rhymes. In the Uncle Remus tales, he is Brer Fox. It is remarkable to note that the numerical value of fox is 666, the so-called number of the beast from Revelation at the close of the New Testament, which I don't see 666 as being the number of the devil. I'm sorry. 6 to me is the number of love, the number of universal love. And so when I see 6 tripled, that's a really positive number to me. On a psychological level, fairy tales tell us important truths about the darker and shadowy sides of life. These truths do not necessarily point to a world of evil, but reveal the struggles of the human ego. Struggles of the human ego as it seeks balance and understanding in the physical universe. The more one strenuously and righteously strives to avoid the dark side, the more destructive the shadow life may become. 100%. As one accepts the presence of the shadow and the mysteries of creation, the light within ourselves begins to grow. In the dark or ugly side of human nature lies the seed of true spiritual integration. The Big Bad Wolf and the Sly Fox personify the cunning, harmful, and mischievous side of the human intellect. Ultimately, it cannot remain dominant because it is programmed for self-destruction. This is revealed by the wolf in Little Red Cap and the Three Little Pigs, the witch in Hansel and Gretel, the evil queen in Snow White, and the giant in Jack and the Beanstalk. When the devil card appears in a reading from a traditional tarot, it seems to carry a threatening tone because its message holds reminders of hell, shame, and sin. The big bad wolf is a far more natural expression of the devilish forces within us, signifying the subconscious shadow of the mind and the collective darkness, unenlightened consciousness within humanity. Whoa. Healing comes to the human soul when it accepts and merges darkness with light. When we honor our wholeness, including the haunting thoughts, the imagined shame, this is internal struggle. I mean, this is happening on both sides, but it's interesting that this card came out also. The seemingly unpardonable sins. Then we are no longer victims of our fears. We become spiritual students and initiates of the higher path of cosmic evolution. The drawing of this card is important. The wolf is hiding behind a tree in a barren forest. Fertility and growth have disappeared. The tower, symbolizing the coming purging of ego attachment, lust, and desire, lies in the distance. The spiritual path to higher goals still exists, but the road seems desolate and shadows are numerous. The wolf will have to stop hiding and venture forth into the moonlight to be healed. This represents the movement out of bondage to self-centeredness and into communion with the world at large. When this card appears in your reading, embrace the fears, doubts, and unintegrated aspects of your psyche with open arms. Let your light shine into the darker regions of your mind. Accept yourself as a blending of higher and lower selves, a union of spiritual and material bodies. Call up your anger, jealousies, and antipathies. And I don't know if I'm saying that right. Antipathies. I could be pronouncing it completely wrong. And transfigure them into joy, compassion, and understanding. Where there is separation, sow harmony and togetherness. Where there is pain from mental anguish, offer heartfelt sensitivity and simple acts of kindness to friends and relatives. Reverse the pattern of lying to yourself and others. Learn to speak and live out the truth of your existence to the best of your ability. So you could be dealing with a Capricorn. You could be a Capricorn. This devil is the sign of the Capricorn. You could have Capricorn somewhere in your chart as a placement strongly. Interesting. So the big bad wolf doesn't necessarily mean your twin, okay? Or your counterpart, my divine feminines. I think the big bad wolf is your inner fears, your inner shadows. And maybe your divine masculine is a mirror and you project off of your divine masculine, and or you project off of other people that are in your close vicinity. And instead of pointing the finger or the blame, I think there's an opportunity here to go to turn that finger around and point it towards self, right? I feel like this is an opportunity to really work with your shadows deeply, divine femme. Even if you think that you've worked with them, I feel like there's more shadow work to be done here. And especially in this relationship, I'm feeling and picking up that because of there's an awakening of power, there was obviously some kind of power that was taken away from you. And maybe in the mix of that happening, my divine feminines, you became quite resentful. And a lot of those shadows of anger and rage towards whatever happened here, you know, the masculine taking the power away, or, you know, it's sometimes in some situations, yes, it is them stealing it. And in others, we have to acknowledge the fact that we were also allowing this to happen, right? And so this is part of the shadow work, is being able to say, okay, I allowed this person to come in and be this lesson for me to take a look at my shadows, because maybe nobody else triggered you the way that this person did, right? Maybe nobody else triggers you the way that your divine masculine does. And because of that, this person really needed to come in and trigger and push your buttons and take your power, or have some kind of power play, right, between the two of you, in order for you to learn how to take your power back, how to hold your power, and how to recognize that it's your own shadows that you're fighting. It's not your divine masculine or anybody else. And so the Five of Swords says here, in the Five of Swords, the river raft of the Four of Swords finds a place to dock, and the fishing rod or sword is firmly secured in the sand. The boy leaves the raft behind and begins to explore a variety of uncovered truths that are awaiting him. He gazes at a starfish, which reveals the potential of his creative mind. In numerology, the number 5 is connected with freedom, adventure, and unexpected changes on the path of life. The seals on the shore symbolize the emergence of unseen life forces coming to the boy. His awareness is fresh, and he discovers new ideas. Most exciting is the relationship that clarity is brilliantly emerging like the bright sun in the sky behind him. As you venture from your raft of the past, be aware of the truth and freedom that await you. Freedom misused can be confusing and chaotic. Be thoughtful and discriminating as you gather resources and information. Know your boundaries, the lessons of the raft. Clarify your goals. The boy is on a slippery rock, and he must move carefully to stay sure-footed. Anticipate illuminating insights from places deep within you. This is a creative and purposeful time. Most importantly, focus your attention and thoughts. Yeah, I think that there's definitely some big changes happening for the divine masculine right now. I think that they're trying to move towards change. They're trying to move towards a new path of life that's guided by spirit. And they're right now in a place where I feel like they're like the young spirit, the young energy, like searching and kind of, you know, like that young inner child that is just like exploring the ocean, you know, looking at the starfish, the seals, like, you know, jumping from rock to rock, just checking shit out, gathering seashells, looking at the life, you know, jumping, just really enjoying themselves. Moving forward, trying to move out of the energy of the Five of Swords, of that struggle, trying to, you know, really illuminate and find insights from within, but also being quite careful and or just the need to be careful, the need for clarity and realization, and being very, I feel like they're being very cautious about their next step, right? And so that's like this need to like make sure that their next step isn't on a slippery patch of algae, you know, and they're gonna slip and fall. So they're really focused on, like I just heard eyes wide open. Their eyes are wide open, all three eyes. All right, so we're gonna move into some deeper energies. I'm gonna take a quick pause and I'll be right back. All right, we're back. So, Devil for the Divine Feminine as overall energy, and Five of Swords for the overall energy for the Divine Masculine. We're gonna go a little deeper into the tarot and clarify. So, okay. All right, so to clarify the overall energies here, I feel like, okay, so we have the Two of Cups here, equilibrium. This is harmony. This is forgiveness. And we had the Seeker, Child of Wands. This is the, like the Page of Wands. And then we have the Nine of Wands, integrity, clarifying equilibrium, and the Two of Cups. And then we have the Nine of Cups, fulfillment. This is wish fulfillment, clarifying the Seeker, Child of Wands. The cup as a container symbolizes the management of your feelings, resulting in emotional equilibrium. Emotional stability, like the river, means going with the natural flow of your feelings. Yet, like the duck vase, ride on top of these emotional waters, particularly during the blues and the unexpected twists and bogs of in the river of life. This requires a meditative state of mind and heart to be feeling and apart from your feelings as you acknowledge them without judgment. Equilibrium derives from emotional self-sufficiency, an inner reservoir of emotional vitality that enables you to be sunny like the yellow flowers in the coldest of times. The ever full cups of the mountain watershed and flowering cactus plant, even in the driest and prickliest of conditions, symbolize this spring of life within you. Be emotionally self-sufficient and maintain your emotional boundaries. That's for you, my Divine Feminine. there is a need to balance out these shadow aspects of self and be more in balance with your emotional state, more emotionally self-sufficient. Maybe that's one of the reasons that created an imbalance in the past between you and your divine masculine. Not just to blame it on you. I know that it takes two to tango. And then clarified by the 9 of Wands. 9 of Wands is the wounded soldier in the original tarot. And it says, like light, this is the integrity card. Like light, whose essence is eternal and does not break down, you have integrity. Integrity is made up of many virtues, working together to make you solid, strong, and dependable. Do things wholly and completely. The temple symbolizes the self-respect needed to honor and sanctify your light, the spirit that you are. Integrity means following your own way, being unafraid to stand alone, holding ideals and values that you will not compromise or retreat from, having the backbone to stand up for yourself and your convictions, the mountain rising above the clouds, like the mountain rising above the clouds. Integrity is being open, honest, and not deceptive. It means standing as tall and straight as the skyscraper. The stone symbolizes your inviolability, your impenetrability by undesirable outside influences. Be as resolute as the warrior in defending your integrity. Absolutely, divine femmes. You know, maybe this 2 of Cups is really about self, right? About symbolizing the spring of life within you and you needing to be more emotionally self-sufficient. Being more emotionally mental and heart connected, like connecting mind and heart. Not allowing your feelings to take the reins. You've got to be somewhere in between feelings and logic. Because sometimes our emotions can get the best of us, especially when you're just really emotionally invested in someone, right? Sometimes we can be overgivers. And so, you know, being able to stand in your integrity, working through these shadows and recognizing when and taking responsibility for when you know your shadows have caused some kind of imbalance, but also being able to recognize that in others. You know, it's like knowing which ones, taking responsibility, what you're on your part, but then also not blinding yourself to the other side, right? And so for the Child of Wands, for the divine masculine over here, we've got Seeker. It says you are a seeker, symbolized by your wands, the walking stick and arrows you use to hunt down the truth. Like the mediator, seek to know who you are, and as a journeyer, seek to understand where you have come from and where you are going. Be a student seeking to learn the whys and hows of life. Like the child, employ your natural, animal-like perceptual abilities to find the truth. Really look, hear, feel, smell, and taste life. Taste is symbolized by the wolf, okay? That's interesting. Through this direct sensory experiencing, you know life. Like the animal, trust your instincts, listen to what your senses have to say. this kind of coincides with this about them being like in deep, I feel like, contemplation, deep thought. They're like seeking information, and they're seeking it from life, from being alone, from being in solitude, from nature, from going within. I don't feel like, I feel like it's a very playful, young and curious kind of energy. Yeah. Very light. Very childlike. Like it says, like the child, employ your natural animal-like perceptual abilities to find the truth. I think that's what they're doing, 100%. And it is being clarified by the Nine of Cups. Now, the Nine of Cups in the original tarot is the wish fulfillment, and this one says fulfillment. Look at all those cups. Fulfillment is the state of emotional satisfaction and contentment. This is symbolized by the many and full glasses. That comes with completion and achievement. This harvest, symbolized by wine from grapes, nectar from fruit, and flowers from seeds, is the result of realizing and fulfilling your inner riches and talents, the pearls within you. The drinking glasses filled with spirits are the recognition of your work and the celebration of your harvest. Drink to your achievement, honor your success, enjoy the fruits of your labor. And so this is them causing a need for celebration because of this, going in through into self and really finding, I feel like they're just really getting in touch with their inner child, you know, just allowing, like, you know, the innocence of their inner child, being quite playful, just being the seeker, you know, seeking knowledge, seeking new ways to like heal. And it can be quite playful in the beginning, right? When you're, you know, you're just kind of exploring. There's like this sense of like, you know, childlike exploration for the divine masculine over here. That's beautiful. I love it. All right. So that's kind of just to deepen what our outcome is about, right? So that's individually. And then I'm going to go into, let's go into the feels, right? So what is the divine feminine feeling towards the divine masculine? Change. They're wanting change. New beginning, yeah. So how they feel towards the divine masculine, there's the Death card here. This is transformation. They want change and transformation. So they're ready for the divine masculine to make a choice, to make a decision. Time space, I believe, is, I want to say it's the Judgment card, but this deck could be different because I don't think it says, so I'm just going to go ahead and read the time and space card. It's a major arcana. So two major arcanas. We've got death and death card, transformation, new beginnings. And we have time space. So it says time space, known traditionally in the tarot as judgment. The first sentence, I must have completely overlooked it. Or eon is symbolized by Zype Totec, Aztec god of spring, who, wearing the skin of a sacrificed human, represents the new life which attends to the death judgment of old karmic patterns. As symbolized by the three Buddha judges, This is a time for rendering justice to yourself through objective and acute self-evaluation. The law of karma, the law of laws symbolized by time-space, means that with your telescopic vision, you are able to see the causes and effects of your mental and behavioral patterns. The sequences of the rock monument, sun, and moon indicate your ability to see how your past determined your present and what your present will create for you in the future. Through your vision, alter the future and redirect your karma. Your sundial steering wheel illustrates your understanding of who you are and where you are going. Like the flyer, birds, mediator, and explorer spacecraft take great flights of mind. As a traveler in consciousness, transcend the world of matter and go in mind anywhere for any time period. You are a futurist and seer. Your visions and ideas are seeds that bubble forth to alter minds and perceptions. Beautiful. I definitely feel like you are just, you're wanting the situation between your counterpart to be judged. You're ready for them to bring balance and justice. We've also got the Hangman here. So 3 major arcanas came out as to how you feel towards your divine masculine, my feminines. So in this deck, it says the law of reversal. As in the crucifixion of Christ, victory and success are achieved in a manner opposite from any expected. Instead of assertive movement and forceful resistance, salvation is attained through passive surrender. Let go, surrender, give it up. When feeling hung up, encircled, netted and walled in, wait it out. Assume a holding pattern. You are in suspense, a limbo that demands you tread water. Accepting your limitations brings expansion. The octopus tentacles signify that you are under constrictive influences beyond your control. Surrender your ego. The feeling that you are drowning and being dragged to the depths is the dark night of the soul, the preparatory stage for rebirth and new life. Keep the faith. Believe in your divine grace. The Hangman is also symbolic of compassionate self-sacrifice. Like Christ, giving yourself up for the good of others enables you to transcend the ego and achieve union with the great spirit of the universe. There is definitely a sacrifice here, I feel like, the divine feminine made. I'm going to have to read the death card. Look, they're side by side. So, 12 and 13. See, they're a little different in numbers here. Here's the death card. Death is the law of impermanence. All things must end. Accept it. Death can occur by a natural evolutionary shedding, letting go, or release. As symbolized by the knife-like nose beak of the Scorpio-looking New Guinea spirit mask, death may be consciously invited by a cutting away of what is dead, stagnant, or oppressive. Death may sadden you, but ultimately it is liberating. Death is a transformation which brings freedom and is symbolized by the open space, fresh air, and empty silence of the Dead Sea. Be aware that you are being devoured by forces greater than yourself, and acknowledge the ever-present specter of death, which is symbolized by the looming spirit mask and crayfish being eaten by the heron. Knowing that every moment may be your last forces you to live fully in the moment. So yeah, there was definitely some kind of death of a cycle, a needing to reflect, right, on that death, on that transformation. But knowing that, because there was a sacrifice here, I feel like maybe the divine feminine created, cut off a cycle here. They had this big change of, I feel like the divine feminine maybe just went into deep reflection because maybe their shadows were coming up, and maybe they were projecting off of your person. And in order for you to, I feel like there was a divine death that stepped in. Divine took over, cut it out. There was a forced reflection here, a forced sacrifice here, or maybe the sacrifice was created by the divine feminine consciously or subconsciously, right? But either way, divine creator stepped in and created this death. This is something outside, force outside, coming in and stepping in and ending a cycle. And so I feel like this was a sacrifice for the divine feminine to go into deep reflection so that they can I feel like this is a change of cycle that had to happen with your divine masculine in order for you to regain power. Okay? With the devil coming up, with death coming up, this screams, with the power awakening card, this screams the death of an old cycle that was possibly bound by the devil, and it was stealing power. You were giving away power because of this, maybe this old agreement with devil energies, outside forces that were being forced upon you. And so that cycle is ending. The divine creator stepped in itself to stop that cycle because there's a change that needs to happen. And the divine feminine is needing to go into deep reflection and really make a decision there's like a decision that needed to be made here as to create some kind of sacrifice. Maybe sacrificing communication, right? Because going into the death energies, going into self-reflection, sacrificing communication with your divine masculine, and that's part of the regaining of the power, right? Divine creator cut your divine masculine off, you and your divine masculine off of these devilish energies, right? But it's so that you guys can both go within and work on self and master these demons, these inner demons. And so there's a sense of judgment here because I feel like I said, this to me screams like there have been power struggles in the past, and that's part of this devil bond, right? Is that maybe this person was testing your integrity, right? Really testing to see if they were going to be able to get away with murder, is what I just heard. Testing to see what they were able to get away with, and that's part of the trickster. That's part of the fox energy, the devil, the wolf energy. All right, let's find out how the divine masculine feels towards the feminine. Fortune, the Wheel of Fortune. There's another major arc. Holy, whoa. Okay, so I said that you or your person could be a Capricorn with the devil coming out, with death coming out. You could be dealing with a Scorpio, with judgment coming out. You could be dealing with a Libra, with Hanged Man coming out. Let's see. Sorry, I'm gonna have to cheat here. See, the numbers are always different. It's like, can't you just give me, like, anyways, I'm not gonna, so, could possibly be dealing with a Capricorn, Scorpio, you or your person, Scorpio, Capricorn, Libra. Over here, we've got the Wheel of Fortune, Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune, you could be dealing with like a Leo. Don't quote me on that. The Star, Aquarius. Five of Swords is an Aquarius energy. All right. Geez. Major Arcanas galore. Here's the universe. This is the world. So Jupiter, Saturn. I'm not sure Saturn, but Jupiter for sure. Expansion. And then we have Purity, Two of Wands. Okay. So we have three major arcanas. Well, actually four, including the big bad wolf for the divine feminine. Then we have four or three for the divine masculine. So we have the Wheel of Fortune. So luck is changing for the divine masculine in relation to your feminine. So divine masculine, this is you feeling fortunate towards your divine femme. This is you, this is luck changing. This is being divinely guided. This is divine intervention, turning the wheel in both of y'all's favor. And so you feel like your divine feminine is, I feel like you're feeling like this is your fulfillment. This is your wish fulfillment. You see them as that prize. You see them as this golden opportunity. You see them as the star. You are hopeful that your divine feminine will still be open to you. Open to receiving you is what I just heard. Because they want to take movement towards you. They want expansion with you. This is the divine masculine possibly wanting to travel towards you, travel with you. But this is them wanting expansion with you. Needing to purify I feel like they're needing to purify themselves. Purify themselves from any past toxic energies, any negative thinking. They want to create purity in the relationship. This is what I'm hearing. They want to create purity in the relationship. They know that, I feel like they know that they were reckless, that they were careless with this connection in the past, and they want to clear that up. Yeah. Okay, we're going to go into just a couple little clarifiers as to how the divine feminine feels towards the masculine. They're wanting transformation. And deep reflection. So I feel the divine feminine is feeling some sort of regret like I said, there's some resentment here, some regret because of whatever happened in the past that created this imbalance. So they're wanting judgment. They want, yeah, they want to reconcile. They want, look at that, 5 of Cups, 6 of Cups. They want reconciliation. This is the Devil on top of the Devil. There was a toxic past here. Tell me more about this Devil. There is definitely some toxicity, maybe some obsession. Maybe you're obsessed with the past, my Divine Feminine. Stuck in regret, stuck in resentment, stuck on this past situation that's toxic, obsessing over it. 3 of Swords, yeah, heartbroken. Ooh. Not knowing how to move forward, not knowing how to get out of these feelings of regret and feeling heartbroken. The Moon, there was some illusions here. Maybe some secrets. With the Devil here. Man, the secrets could have been coming from you or your person, but there's some regret. So maybe you're regretting having been in the devilish energies, or maybe you're resenting having put up with somebody who was in these devilish energies and created this heartbreak, and rejected you. You know, there was secrets, and here's the 9 of Cups again. This is a new deck, so I definitely want to check out the energies here. So 5 of Cups here says a young man beside a lotus flower pond. No. Yeah. No. On a stormy weather day, a depressed woman is sitting in the dark room. Disappointment, regret, sorrow, remorse, inheritance, new relationship, discovery of inner sources. So, yeah, maybe you're ready for a new relationship. Maybe you're ready for a new beginning with this past love, but you're afraid that it's still stuck in these devil energies. 2 lovers in an intimate attitude sitting in the reed. Effortless harmony, joy, satisfaction, nice memories, recovered joy, renewal, chance, remembrance, longing, uncontrolled emotions. That's how you're feeling towards your Divine Masculine. And then the Devil, a terrible demon, oppresses prisoners in his reign of evil. Victory of materialism, black magic, occult powers, dependence, slavery, passion, egoism, perversion, wrong proportions, overcoming of own fears, perception of the inner demon. Maybe you're recognizing your own inner demons, my Divine Feminine, by looking and reminiscing on your past love here. Maybe you're recognizing how you were projecting your own inner demons onto your Divine Masculine, and that is how, this is what created that imbalance. It could be that your Divine Masculine was 100% in these lower energies, maybe even being controlled by outside forces through black magic, just being puppeteered, and it's like, I feel like you're wanting them to own up. All right, let's see this 3 of Swords here. In a dark courtyard, 3 people dressed in black stand in front of a rose pierced by 3 swords. Sorrow, merciless, separation, alienation, grief, error, conscious insight, decisive realization. So yeah, I feel like there's a realization here for you, my divine feminines. Attracted by the forces of the moon, crayfish crawls out of a lake. The unconscious, hidden mental power to forget oneself, salvation, mercy, great love, darkness, secret, drunkenness, hysteria. I feel like towards the divine feminine, for the divine feminine, towards the divine masculine, I feel like there's a, like towards your divine masculine, you feel like I feel like you want to have this new opportunity to have a new start, a new relationship with this past love that maybe in the past was in these devilish energies, but you're wanting a new relationship, a new love to come from it, growth to come from that, coming out of secrets, coming out of the illusion, you want clarity, coming out of darkness. You want a great love. You want a new beginning, a new relationship, in love with this person, but you could also want it with a completely new person. If you're not wanting it with your past person, then you're wanting it with someone new. A wand sends out its energy as a symbol of the element fire in its original form. Origin, beginning, source, birth, creativity, blind power, inheritance, identity, self-realization. You want your masculine to let go of the illusions, let go of the secrets, self-realize, and become clear on what they want. Because these past energies left you feeling brokenhearted, left you feeling depressed, and you don't want to go through that again, my divine feminine. I feel you thinking about the past and, wanting to reconcile with this person, but it's like, I feel like you're not wanting this person if they're coming in with those old negative patterns of that bound to the devil energies. You want equilibrium. You want integrity. You want the wish fulfillment, the 9 of Cups. The 3 of Cups. You want reconciliation. All right, so clarify divine masculine. Look at that, 9 of Cups for the divine masculine again. So as much as this could, divine, this is how they feel towards you. You are the wish fulfillment, my divine feminine. They see you as wish fulfillment. They see you as, like I said, the ultimate goal, you're the golden apple. You're the prize. You're the fulfillment. But they are still healing. And they are possibly stuck in paranoia. I feel like we've got the 4 of Swords here and the 9 of Swords. A lot of mental activity here stuck in their head. Okay, 4 of Swords is traveler's rest and an oasis. They left their swords on a carpet in front of them. Truce, calm after conflict, interval, retreat, agreement, concentration, mental work, mental challenges. Mental challenges is what I feel like is highlighting here. During a war, a man falls, this is the 9 of Wands, to the ground, struck by a sword. Another sword hits the serpent of life, despair, sadness, failure, negative thoughts, fear, acceptance of the reality, self-realization, brilliant ideas. So towards you, divine femme, even though you are their wish fulfillment, they see you as their prize. I feel like right now they are stuck in their head about how to correct this wrong. They're being judged right now, and they, I think, are having a hard time with their own judgment. I want you to tell me more about these two cards. So let's clarify the Four of Swords. This fucking guy came out. Four of Swords. So I'm feeling like they're feeling safer from afar right now. You know, the Prince of Swords. Brave, fast, foreseeing, agile, inventive, clever, courageous, a loyal friend, belligerent, daring, destructive, conceited. Still not quite mastered. You know, still seeking clarity, still stuck in their head. Still healing. Wow, yeah. Fuck. More swords. This is... Oof. Total madness has taken possession of the person. Ruin, destruction, defeat, mental confusion, desolation, overwhelming thoughts. The lowest point was reached. Acceptance of the unexpected, a new mental horizon. So this person has gone through the shit. The divine masculine. 9 and 10 of swords. They've gone through the worst of the worst. This is the worst is behind them, okay? And so they had to go through this without you, my divine feminine. You couldn't be there with them. They needed to go through this purification without you. But there's expansion here. There's fortune here. Let's look at, so we looked at what they feel, how you feel, how they feel. Now let's look at look at what action is going to be taken here. So what's the action that's going to be taken here between the divine feminine and the divine masculine? Divine creator, Holy Spirit. What is the action, if any, that is going to be taken by the divine feminine and the divine masculine? So let's start with the divine feminine. What's the action that needs to be taken, if any, for the divine feminine here towards their masculine? Divine creator, Holy Spirit. Too many. What's the action, if any, towards the divine masculine? Okay, so 6 of air. This is movement through duality. Intuition, reconciliation. Contracts, soul contracts, perspective. All right, Divine Femme, I feel like you hold the cards. I feel like you need to use your intuition to know what steps to take. This is about planning. This is about materializing, structuring, creating a routine. Maybe not so much focusing on what action to take towards your divine masculine. More so, this is about focusing on what action you need to take towards self. Right? when the action towards self is taken, I feel like is the opportunity for this balance, this reconciliation to come forward, for this contract to be closed out, and for the fight to be over, for you to put your swords down. You hold the cards. There's no need to hold your sword up anymore, my divine feminine. You hold the cards. All you have to do is focus on self right now. And this partnership will come. Your divine masculine, the one that's meant for you, whether it be the past person or a new person, is going to come forward. All right, so for the divine masculine, what have we got going on here? Action towards the divine feminine. So right now, like I said, the divine feminine, your action is not towards your divine masculine. It's towards self, towards structuring self. Realigning your inner chakras, learning how to follow your intuition, use your intuition as guide. And then the cards will be in your hands, and Spirit will open up an opportunity for you, because the reconciliation will come, but you have to work on self first, structure self first. Here we've got so new beginnings, growth. This is the second time this card came out, the Ace of Wands. So that's double energy, new growth, new beginnings, fiery, passionate energy, action taking forward, second chances. But this is also the divine masculine needing to remove some masks here. The divine masculine needing to remove the mask of old beliefs, of old conditioning, struggles. I mean, this is the freaking same card on top of each other, the Five of Wands, the Five of Arrows or Swords on top of each other. This is dropping the mask. This is a need to create a new beginning here of self by dropping the mask, so that you can get into the energies of knowledge and wisdom, the crone energies. This is the crone. Mother crone is like intuitive, all-seeing, magical, powerful, wisdom, knowledge. She knows her shit. She knows the cycles of life. She knows all of that. And so in order for you to become mastered like the crone, the mother crone, my divine masculines, you need to have this new beginning of letting go of this mask, letting go of these falsities, of this ego persona that you've been wearing for so long. There's like a certain reputation you're attached to with this mask here that has been taken off, but you're still blinded. So there's more than just one mask here that needs to be removed, right? Underneath the mask, there's a blind, and that blindfold needs to be removed as well. And so that's what this deep introspection, going in within and finding that inner knowledge, the inner essence of the divine mother crone. Very it's like there's not really much action going. I feel like there's not a whole lot of action towards each other yet. What I'm seeing in the cards, I'm seeing more this being action taken towards self. Okay, guys, if I see something movement towards each other, I'll let you know. But as of right now, I feel like it's more towards self. Here is the desires. This is, I feel like, the devil card on the divine masculine side. This could be maybe the needing to learn how to control your desires in order to know what your true desires are, right? Feeling this, it's a Capricorn energy. It's a devil energy. Here we've got the page. So we got two pages here, 11, 11. We have the page of pentacles, earthy energy, and the page of water, a very watery energy. So we've got one that's, you know, this could be communication coming in the physical from the divine masculine to the divine feminine. Okay. A message of there's like the divine masculine has intellectualized their feelings, their emotions, getting in touch with their desires, maybe not allowing the desires to control them anymore. Learning how to control their desires, really finding a balance between the light and the dark. And so here we have the Queen of Wands for our divine feminine. Very spicy, fiery, warm-hearted, loving, sensual, charismatic, attractive energy. Could be dealing with a fire sign, Sagittarius, Aries, Leo. And then we have the King of Pentacles. This is Earth sign, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. Capricorn's really heavy here. So you or your person, maybe both. This is another Capricorn energy here. King of Pentacles, business oriented, maybe owns his own business, very, very, very prominent in the materialistic world, really knows how to deal with the coin, really knows how to build material gains. And so I feel like for this couple here, there is an opportunity for a new beginning here. And I feel like this new beginning is coming from your divine masculine. Here's the Ace of Swords. There's two aces here. And there was the Ace of Wands that came out earlier in the other spread as a clarification. But there's two aces here. This is another 11, another 1-1. This is new beginnings. This is passionate new beginnings. This is new creations, rebirths, taking action towards this new beginning. This is taking action towards this new truth, this new clarity, this new idea that has sprung up for the divine masculine. I feel like it's a new desire. It's a new desire that maybe has been reborn. Because here we have the Ten of Air. This came out earlier, but in this deck it's different. In this deck, this is paradigm shifts. This is liberation. This is the need to look beyond the physical appearance of things. This is being able to spread your wings and fly, become the butterfly from the cocoon stage. You know, we're no longer in the cocoon stage. This is being liberated. Knowing your truth, having healed physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, in order to reach this level of liberation. Destiny, this is destiny. Destiny has stepped in to create this healing in this relationship so that you can shift to different paradigms. So what I was just told, in the past, there was this obvious injustice, right? Because of the Judgment card that came up. There is a power struggle here, is what I'm feeling. And with this power struggle came mastery, right? Mastery of self. And so what I'm feeling is that you were destined to have some kind of separation, some kind of injustice here. This power struggle was balancing out some kind of imbalance in a karmic way, right? There was a karmic imbalance here. And I feel like this, whatever happened, the judgment that happened in the past created a separation. There was the sacrifice, and it created healing, not only for self, but it's like you guys were split in order to go into deep reflection, self-healing. And so as maybe, you know, you were in the caterpillar stage, it's a much darker stage, right? You don't feel free. You don't feel liberated. It feels bound. That's why this devil energy keeps popping up. And so I feel like when that cycle closed out by the divine creator, because that cycle creates one line, a linear timeline, right? And whatever choices were made to create that specific timeline, there was an exact opposite choice that was created. So let's say you guys chose to separate. That's just one timeline. There's a split, opposite, parallel energy that is created, which means that when you chose to separate, there's another energy that chose to come together, which means that timeline exists. Because when you chose to walk away from each other, the opposite split energy is the coming together. So that split energy split off into existence, and that's a timeline that exists out there when you chose to go the other way. So that's a timeline that you can still come back into if you both choose to. And I feel like when the healing happens on both sides, destiny is going to step in and bring harmony and balance back to the situation, because I feel like there's a feeling of you guys feeling grateful towards each other. Maybe recognizing that this has created a lot of growth. Yeah, there's a lot of unconditional love here. Passion, wanting a new beginning, a lot of emotions, wanting. It's like you want to create a new beginning. You want to restart. You're both wanting this. And maybe not everyone's going to resonate with that. Maybe some of you are ready to walk away. But I feel like destiny is going to step in either way at some point or another. Wow. I just shuffled and the same card at the bottom popped up. So I'm going to have to show you. This is spiritual awakening, going in deep reflection, some kind of deep reflection of self, information, knowledge, to help expand the mind. All right. So that is action. So the action for the divine masculine is the need to bring these new beginnings and this rebirth of self by removing the mask and becoming the crone, really going into deep reflection and contemplation, mastering the desires, right? Allowing, this is like about controlling your desires, okay, divine masculine, and bringing a balance between your intellect and your emotions, and bringing these new ideas and this rebirth, this passionate new beginning, reconciliation, rebirth to your divine feminine once you feel you have healed from this. And then for the divine feminine, the action being taken is towards self as well, is balancing self, taking movement and transitioning towards self, creating a routine, creating structure in self, following your intuition, allowing this harmony, allowing this reconciliation to come organically, naturally, closing out that old cycle, because the cards are in your hands. You hold the cards, my divine feminine. So, you know, at the end of the day, I think this will be your choice. If this person comes forward, it's going to be your choice to move forward or not, right? All right. So, last thing I want to know is, what's the possible outcome if our divine masculine and feminine choose to take action towards this relationship? So if they choose to follow the action that they should take, what is the possible outcome? Divine Creator, Holy Spirit. Let's go. For the divine feminine, what is the possible outcome if she chooses to take action, take the correct action? Prince of Wands, Seven of Cups, King of Cups. This to me is a choice needing to be made. You have two options. You have an option between a Prince of Wands, very young, Casanova-like, player-like energy, or the King of Cups. Literally, this is options between this more immature, passionate energy or the King of Cups. This is the possible outcome. Holy Jesus. All right. There's a choice, my divine feminines. Looks like you've got options here. So a man lies on the floor, tortured by restless dreams, illusion, daydreams, ruin, imagination, delusion, illusionary success, testing of wishes and fears, productive power of fantasy, dream work. Okay. So, Prince of Wands, a young man with a shield, reflects a lion, strong, righteous, noble, humorous, impulsive, friendly, proud, committed, romantic, pretentious, intolerant, judges with prejudice. Okay. So the prince can be someone who is strong, impulsive, righteous, impulsive. Maybe you're friends with, maybe they could be committed. It could be a romantic, but they can also be quite intolerant and pretentious. Your King of Cups. So we've got, you know, Wands, fiery energy here, Sagittarius, Leo, Aries, and then we have King of Cups, the water signs, Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. It says, a humanitarian man in his palace. The sea is far away. Friendly, polite, humane, gifted, gentle, emotional, longing, enthusiastic, eager, attracted by the secret of the uncanny, indolent, dishonest, melancholy, easy to influence, hurting, tending to excesses. So I'm definitely feeling like the outcome here for the divine feminine is the fact that you've got choices. You are probably single right now. But guess what? Not for long. Here's the Two of Cups. There is a truth coming. Illumination. Wow, okay. Yeah. All right, tell me more about the Seven of Cups. I just want to clarify the Seven of Cups there. Six of Pentacles. A man spreads out his arms on top of a rock. Six Pentacles appears above him. Success, stability, gifts, right timing, generosity, kindness, indulgence, desire, envy, jealousy. Yeah, so obviously there's going to be there's jealousy between these two because they're both fighting for your attention, my divine masculine, and you're going to have to decide. I mean, this is pure, you know, one's more mature, one's more passionate, you know. Maybe you're dealing with a younger person by energy or by physical age, and you're dealing with an older person by physical age or energy. But one's more passionate, one's more just a little bit fun and flirty and charismatic. Maybe, you know, very solid in the material world, but when it comes to passions and spirituality, quite young, okay? And then for the King of Cups, this person is, I just received another message, but this person is, you know, more in touch with their emotions, even if they don't really speak of them. But this person can be empathetic. This person can be quite warm and enthusiastic. I feel like more, yeah, enthusiastic and emotional, and it's like there's something about this King of Cups that I'm just not trusting. It's almost like I feel like this person, whoever this King of Cups is, uses their position of power. Maybe emotionally can be quite emotionally manipulative. Okay, so be careful with this King of Cups. Now, if this is, if you're dealing with two people, that's the situation here. Okay, one can be quite flirtatious, you know, even though in this deck it says committed, in other decks they're non-committal, right? But in this deck it says committed, it says romantic, but more of a Casanova type of energy, even if they end up falling in love with their divine feminine, right? It's just a little bit more of an inexperienced in passion, in spirituality. Whereas for the King of Cups, they are probably quite in touch with spirituality and in touch with their emotions, but can actually be quite manipulative and dishonest with their emotions because of that, right? Knowing really how to manipulate emotionally is what I'm feeling. Okay, so be careful. And so that's if you're dealing with two different people. Now you could be dealing with one person who is elevating from the Prince of Wands energy into your King of Cups. So this could be the past energy, that old cycle that's being cycled out, right? And cycling into your King of Cups, which this person, I don't feel like, if it's the same person, if this person is evolving from the Prince of Wands into the King of Cups, you don't have to worry so much about that person being emotionally manipulative. This is more about leveling up from those immature energies of not really knowing how to deal with emotions to somebody who is mastered in their emotions and can, you know, commit emotionally, is what I just heard. Okay. So for the Divine Femmes, whoa. For the divine masculine, I'm going to take the 3 that went face up, or 4 that went face up. So yeah. This was like so. Yeah, and so when I put them like this as clarifiers, I'm picking up that for the majority, this is going to be the situation where your person, your divine masculine, my femmes, are elevating from this energy to this energy. And going from not knowing which way to go to knowing exactly which way to go. And then for the divine masculine, outcome towards the divine feminine, we've got the 8 of Cups. This is probably how they're feeling, right? 8 of Cups, overindulgent with their emotions. This is a sad man sits on the beach, the wreck of a boat behind him. Resignation, giving up projects, excessive modesty, interruption, reason before feeling, new point of view, strong needs. All right, and then the 4 of Wands. This is the 1111 card. Stability, strong foundation, solid relationships, solid partnership, solid career. It says, a dancing girl carries out harmonious movement. 4 white roses flourish between 4 wands. Completion, rise, clarification, peace, joy of life, fiery love. Okay, and then the 3 of Wands, interesting. So the 3 of Wands is clarifying the 8 of Cups. And the 3 of Wands says, a young woman performs a magic dance behind 3 blooming lotus flowers. Virtue, growth, success, through self-confidence, dreams become true. Manifested will, activity, joy of discovering, prevention of confrontation. So I feel like this person is looking at the 8 of Cups, right? You know, feeling a little disillusioned, but their fulfillment, which is the 9 of Cups that came up twice for the divine masculine, is this wanting to build this firm foundation with their divine feminine. This is what they, this firm foundation. This is what their wish fulfillment is. And so the 3 of Wands is them growing from these emotions, growing from feeling stuck in those overfilled cups. Look, we've got 7 of Cups over here and the 8 of Cups over here. Okay? There's growth here, and then decisions will be made. They're moving past this 8 of Cups energy and into joy, into, this is their dreams becoming true. The eight of Cups leading to the 9 of Cups, the dreams coming true, the wish fulfillment. The 4 of Wands, creating this stable foundation with their divine feminine. And this is them wanting that movement. This is the divine stepping in with the Chariot and creating the movement. But this is the movement, this is the outcome, is movement from our divine, from the masculine. Underneath a canopy of stars, a man in his chariot pulled by 2 fast horses. Triumph, mental and physical balance, commitment, dynamic, examination, hard work, obstacles, and possible failure. So for some, they may come forward and they may fail. That depends on the divine feminine. Like I said, You hold the cards. But you are both, I feel, thinking about the past, wanting to reconcile. These are the two cards that came out for you, my Divine Feminine. Judgment of the past lovers. Queen of Pentacles. King of Swords. Okay? All right. Ace of Cups. Possible outcome. Ace of Cups. An overflowing cup represents the element water in its original form. Abundance, satisfaction, joy, fertility, fulfillment, change, possible instability, and unsettled. So, my Divine Femmes and masculine, there is love here. There's a possible new beginning here, expansion. There's growth here. There's stability here to be had. But I feel like right now it is in the hands of, you know, the Divine Masculine has to move towards the Divine Feminine. This is what the power, this is the Divine Feminine taking back the power. And so, like I said, the cards are in the Divine Feminine's hand. So whether they're dealing with, whether you, my Divine Feminine, are dealing with two people, choosing between two people, or this is your person up leveling, either way, there is a situation here where you need to step back into your power. Whether it is by rejecting this old energy, whether it be your person or an old person, and letting this energy step in, whether it be a new person or a past person, okay? And for the Divine Masculine, it's about taking the initiative. Getting out of your head and making the fucking move. Make that move, my Divine Masculines. All right. Sorry, this has gone long. All right. Atlantis, what is any final outcomes for the situation here? Between my Divine Femmes and Divine Masculines, Divine Creator, Holy Spirit. What? Priestess, 40. Dedicated to service. This is, you guys, once you guys come together, you guys are going to come together to work hard towards helping people heal. Because you guys are going to come together mastered. Look at this. Eagle, 10. Culmination, new beginnings, rebirths. Observe your life from a higher perspective. Soul Group 3811. So 111. Atlantis Miracle Mission. There is a mission here. There is a mission for you guys to master self so that you can have this this mission of being these healers together. Look at that. There's a person on that crystal table. Maybe that's the type of work you guys are going to do together. But there's a need to look at the bigger picture here. There's freedom. There's liberation. Look at the higher perspective here. Try not to get stuck in what happened on the physical, in the 3D world, my Divine Feminines and Masculine. And then Atlantis Miracle Mission, Soul Group. This is you guys coming together, creating some kind of community, doing some kind of inner healing work. And you guys are going to be very successful in that work. Okay? And then any guidance from Spirit in our Moonology cards. Is that it? Yeah. You're very close to achieving your goal. Wow. You know, I always like to read these. You're very close to achieving your goal. Wow. Anyways. Gibbous Moon. I believe it's in the beginning. Yep. So the word gibbous means bulging. What a descriptive word, right? And pulling this card at any time of the month suggests that the situation you're asking about is bulging with possibility and coming to a peak. But this isn't an ending card with a neat yes or no answer. Rather, you're being reminded that some adjustments may yet be required before you get what you want, though you're certainly on the right track, which is hopefully reassuring for you. However, there is also a sense that the situation is a bit tense. Don't push too hard. One false move and the whole thing could blow. That's not meant to scare you. It's just to let you know there's a fuse attached to this situation. So be careful if you choose to light it. I know that I'm on the right track. Should be your affirmation. Now is a good time to review your plans. Like I said, for the divine feminine, you are focused on creating a routine and structuring for self, creating a plan. Keep the momentum going as you move towards your dreams. I feel like that's for the divine masculine. Stay focused, both of you. It's a good time to start a new project, both of you. You need to get back into good health habits. Both of you are more for the divine masculine because that purity card came up for you. Awesome. And then we're gonna do our closing out messages from our separated twins. So those of us who are wanting messages from our twins that are in separation, these are your messages from your higher self of your twin, what they may not be able to communicate with you in this moment in time for whatever reason. Here we go. Any more? One more? Where is it at? Divine. Oh, nope. There it is. All right. All right. So you may resonate with some or none or just one. Your silence feels safer to me. I don't want to get hurt again. That could be either for you, maybe you're feeling that way, divine masculine, or your divine feminine or your divine masculine. It could be either way. Either way. I have awakened to our connection. I know we have a timeless bond between us. My heart keeps coming back to you even though I know you've lost faith in me. Our beliefs were just too different. I couldn't reconcile mine to yours. When times got tough, I gave up on you too soon. I've committed to someone else because they don't challenge me. Those are your messages from your divine counterpart. I hope this resonated with you. There's a lot of self-work here that needs to be done between the individuals, okay, before you guys can come back together. So allowing yourself the space to really take time and reflect into self so that you guys can work with your inner battles, your inner conflict. All right, thank you so much. Please like, share, subscribe, comment down below. Let me know. Let me know if it resonated. Let me know what situation you're dealing with. If you would like a personal read or a private session of any sort, please message me and let's get you some answers, some guidance. All right, thank you so much for listening to my channel. Love and light. Until next time.